All right guys, so you're thinking about moving to Denver, Colorado. Well, this video is gonna show you exactly what you need to know before you make the move. It's going to completely shift your perspective. You're also going to learn a little bit about the lay of the land, why people have flocked to Denver over the last 10 years, and why people are talking down on Denver. But I'm here to tell you, most of those people are telling you all the bad things so you don't come, because the reality is, guys, the secret is out. Denver, Colorado is an amazing place to live. And I'm gonna share with you exactly why people are moving here, but I'm also going to show you the cons so that you can avoid the pitfalls that some people don't know until they move here. And so with that, I'm your Colorado relocation guide, and let's dive in. Pro number one is going to be weather. And guys, this also falls on the con list, and you absolutely don't want to miss that, because as much amazing things as I'm going to tell you right this second, there are some cons that you definitely need to know about before moving here. But for the pro side of weather, guys, it's absolutely stunning. I mean, summers, winters, fall, spring, I love them all, and they're not as bad as you think. Guys, we were just at our cornhole past client appreciation event this past weekend. It was 97 degrees outside, no clouds in sight. It was absolutely beaming. But the beauty of Colorado is you get under a canopy, you get under the tree shade, and you could stay there all day long, which is amazing, because if you're in the Texas heat or Florida heat or these places that are humid, you can't escape the heat. But here in Colorado, you can actually enjoy summer. I didn't even break a sweat at our event. The summer sun here is a chef's kiss to where you can actually enjoy yourself. Now the winter, most of you think it's cold and it snows all the time, but I'm here to tell you that's just flat out untrue. I have a snowblower. I like to fire that thing up. It shoots the snow like 10 feet. It's actually kind of fun to drive it around in snowblow. I used to snowblow all of the street walk in my block and 3 to 4 of my neighbors' houses. But I'm here to tell you the past 3 winters, I've used it once. Most of these snows are really gone the next day because you get the sunshine. As many of you may or may not know, we're one of the sunniest states. So today, a little bit gloomy, but for the most part, every single day you're gonna have sunshine. It could be snowing in the morning and you've got 50-degree sunshine in the afternoon. So guys, the weather here is one of my absolute favorite things about living here in Colorado. And so while weather might be a big con in other areas, not here, guys. You are absolutely going to love it. Just like for my music lovers, pro number 2, the music scene is absolutely insane out here. You have top artists from all different genre types flocking to Colorado because we have one of the best amphitheaters in the United States. Most of you know what I'm gonna say, it's Red Rocks. But not only Red Rocks, we have a great music scene in downtown Denver with smaller venues, also Fiddler's Green, which hosts bigger types of concerts. And you also have smaller bands and artists coming into the Boulder areas or Fort Collins, where you have college towns, these small amphitheaters. And so wherever you go in Colorado, the music scene, everyone's talking about it online, is sure not to disappoint. Now guys, I have 3 kids. I'm getting a little older. The concert going for me has definitely stopped, but I'm here to tell you, growing up here, going to Red Rocks, seeing some of my favorite artists, it's an absolutely must do. Even if you don't move here, you gotta consider taking a trip. Red Rocks is absolutely stunning. Look for your favorite artist. I'm sure they have Colorado booked on their venue. And guys, this pro number 3 is going to be my favorite. I don't know why it didn't end up as number 1. They're in no certain order, but guys, I'm telling you, pro number 3 is absolutely something everyone needs to be talking about, and they're not talking about it enough. When it comes to downtown Denver, you're not going to want to miss this one. And for that, we're gonna throw you into the office so I can pop up my map and show you exactly what I'm talking about. All right, guys, I had to jump you into the office because we have to pull up the map. It wouldn't do it justice if we didn't screen share while I talk about this. The third pro to Denver, Colorado is the burbs. Guys, it didn't always used to be like this, but nowadays in and around Denver, Colorado, the suburbs are where it's at. It used to be to where you'd have to take a 25-30 minute commute in most suburban areas in order to hit the mall or shopping center or to get good restaurants and food. But the reality is, in today's age, most suburbs are going to have all of that for you. You can still take the trip into the city and have a really cool time, check out some of the sports teams here, but for the most part, everything you're gonna need is going to be in your city. Whether it's food, whether it's shopping, you've got it all covered in just about any of the popular suburbs here in Colorado. The big shopping centers and grocery shopping, you're gonna shop at King Soopers, you're gonna shop at Walmart, Target, or Safeway. And again, I'll tell you, most suburbs are going to have all four. And so your basic needs are absolutely going to be met. And guys, I absolutely love King Soopers. That's our store. They're one of those stores like you go in and they've got everything. Even when you don't think they have it, they have it. Not to mention they do what's called click list, where you can order all your groceries online, pick a time, you go back in the car, throw open the trunk, and they load it up for you. So especially for us, we've got younger kids. The last thing we need in our experience is to go into the store and have to tell our kids no 1,000 times, because you know how it is. You get into the store, you're a kid, you see all these colors and different snacks and candy and drinks, and you're like, Mom, can I have this? Dad, can I have this? So you just avoid that altogether. And so King Soopers is likely going to be your go-to store when you move to Colorado. In terms of the map share, I want to show you exactly what I mean by why the burbs are one of the top pros here to living in Colorado. First off, to find affordable options for housing, or maybe affordability isn't that big of a concern, but you want some diversity in regard to age of home, architectural style of home. Do you want acreage or do you want city-sized lots? We have everything for you. And the way it's laid out, you can see E470 here, which I'm circling with my mouse. It makes this big circle around Denver itself. And on the line of this highway, you have all the suburbs in the Denver metro area. And so pretty much regardless where you live, not only do you have all the amenities there, but you have a quick commute to Denver. So it's really, really well laid out to where you have Denver here, all the suburbs circling it, and you have a major highway that's going to connect you to everywhere, including DIA as you head out to the mountains. And it's a really, really well laid out geography that's going to give you the best of everything if you're moving to the suburbs. But guys, there's a house you absolutely do not want to buy, and only people in Colorado know about this. But you got to stay tuned for the cons to figure out what house you should not buy. But guys, we guide our clients who are calling us on a daily and weekly basis, looking to move to Colorado, are selling in Colorado. And so we know the market like the back of our hand. So we'll be able to help you avoid these pitfalls altogether. Be sure to reach out to us. All our contact information is down below, and I'm the one answering the texts and calls. As much as we love doing these videos, we love nothing more to actually putting our expertise to use and make sure you guys fall exactly where you need to be in terms of lifestyle, in terms of price point, in terms of amenities. We got you covered. We know this area like the back of our hand. So be sure to reach out. And for all of you who live an active lifestyle, that's going to be our pro number 4. Guys, Denver is known for its active lifestyle. Now, maybe not the city in the center. While we have a really, really big fitness community, what you'll love about, again, the suburbs and everything when it comes to the lay of lands of Denver, Colorado, and the surrounding areas is we have golf. We have a ton of open space. We've got trails. If you're in Denver, you take a quick 25 to 30 minute drive. You're up hiking in the foothills, in the mountain areas, and just about anywhere you go, guys, you can find that active lifestyle community. I'm a big pickleballer. You wouldn't believe the pickleball scene here, guys. It's popping up everywhere. Not to mention, you've got mountain biking. We don't have a lot, and we're not known for this, but you've got reservoirs and lakes. Obviously, you've got people skiing and snowboarding. You're absolutely gonna have everything you need when it comes to living an active lifestyle here in Denver. But there are some spots that are much better than others that only somebody like myself who lives here, who sells real estate to people looking for these specific things, knows about. And again, guys, that's why we do these videos and show up, so that when you relocate to Denver, we can place you in the exact community that's going to fit your needs. So guys, keep doing your research, but having a partner like myself on your side as you make the move here to Colorado is priceless and sure to get you the right spot for your lifestyle needs. Guys, I said number 3 is my favorite, but this one coming in at number 5 is my favorite for all different reasons, not related to real estate. But if you're coming to Denver, this is the lifestyle, this is the community, this is what brings the whole city together, and it is our professional sports teams. I'm a diehard Bronco fan, Colorado Avalanche fan. I mean, I remember growing up and my dad would pick up a tissue box, and this is back when we had those really blocky big TVs. Like, you could probably kick that thing and it'd break your foot before it broke the glass. And I remember Avalanche had a bad play, ref made a bad call, and I was young, and he picks up the tissue box and throws it at the TV. Guys, I promise my dad wasn't angry, but when it comes to sports, guys, Denver is die hard. Whether it's the Avalanche, the Denver Broncos, the Denver Nuggets, this is the epicenter of professional sports. Not to mention, guys, guys. The Denver Nuggets, the Colorado Avalanche, and the Denver Broncos. We've had our dry spell, but historically, guys, we've got really, really good sports teams, especially over the last 5 years with the Nuggets and Avalanche. And so it's really fun to live in a city where if you want to catch a sports game, you've got places to go. And last, I didn't want to mention them because they have been awful for so long, but even as bad as they are, the Colorado Rockies have an incredible stadium. And guys, it is absolutely worth picking up some tickets, going out on an afternoon, getting some cold beers, sitting down and enjoying a baseball game in the ballpark district. It's one of those where even though our team's not great, you've gotta check it out. So that is it for our pros. I could go on and on and on. Colorado is truly an incredible place to live. And I'm gonna give you a bonus one at the end of the cons. This one, in fact, I think is the one that's actually going to completely break and shift your perspective on Denver, Colorado. It's going to take all the pros and cons and it's gonna completely summarize them for you in a way where you're gonna probably hear that and say, oh, interesting. That's why people love Colorado. But before that, let's get into some cons, guys. The first one is overcrowded crowds in tourist areas. Most people, when they think of Colorado, they think of the mountains. We want to go hike, we want to explore the national parks and the mountains, and so does everyone else. And so yes, your trails, your national parks, your tourist areas in the mountains, they're absolutely going to be overcrowded. And yes, this has gotten way worse than when I was a kid growing up here, where you can kind of go anytime, anywhere, and you might run into crowds every once in a while, but for the most part, guys, the secret was not out. Colorado was not as populated, there was not as much traffic, but those days are all but gone. And so if you want to go do nature, we've got plenty of it. You just might run into some folks while you're there. And guys, here's the hack. Here's the thing you absolutely want to know is that if you're doing the touristy thing, the nature, that's important. You're going to the mountains quite often. If you can help it, go on the weekdays, not the weekends. If you go on the weekends, that's where you're running into crowds, and the traffic, especially on I-70, that corridor is going to lead you just about anywhere in the mountain range, is going to be jam-packed. So do yourself a favor, enjoy the nature, try to go on a Monday through Friday, and you're going to be much better off. Now guys, for the con you've all been waiting for, and this is the biggest complaint I see being touted about on Reddit, on different YouTube videos, just around hanging with my friends, not only people who are new to Colorado, but also that have been here forever. And unfortunately, it's the cost of living. I pulled up a study they did in 2025, and it says you need $105,000 a year to live comfortably in Colorado. If you have a family of 4, they say you need to make $270,000 to live comfortably in Colorado. Now, here's the thing. Is it expensive? Yes. But relatively speaking, while we're in the top 10, there are absolutely more expensive metros. And I'm not going to disagree. Things are expensive here, guys. Gas is starting to get up there. Groceries are starting to get up there. Just about anywhere you go to eat, you're going to be spending about 30 bucks if it's just 2 of you, usually about 20 bucks if it's just 1 person. And so the cost of living here has absolutely gone up. But in terms of housing, I always come back to the burbs. If you're looking to live in central Denver, yes, it's going to be expensive. And there are absolutely the suburban areas that are going to be much more costly than others. Again, guys, that's why you have an expert like me to be able to craft a plan based on your budget and your price point and the amenities and lifestyle you want to live. There is a suburb for you. We just got to know exactly which one's going to fit and check all of the boxes. The beautiful thing about Colorado, even though cost of living is high, there's a place for everyone, I promise. And guys, $270,000 to live comfortably seems a bit high. I know people who are living more than comfortably who make a lot less than that, but there is no arguing, guys. Colorado has gotten much more expensive over the years, and well, that's because it's an amazing place to live. But where you don't want to live, the house you don't want to buy. Remember I told you about that earlier? What's ironic about this is I bought this exact house less than a year ago. I'm here to tell you it's much worse than I expected. The house you don't want to buy is a house that's situated on a north-facing driveway. Guys, I told you we don't get dumped with snow usually. The snowstorms that come, they're fairly mild, usually melted in the next day or two. But I'll tell you what, if you have a house facing the north and your driveway gets hit with any bit of snow, it will not melt. It's one of those where you have to snow shovel immediately, because once it sticks to the ground and turns to ice, that sucker's not melting for weeks. So please believe me when I say, if you don't want an iced out driveway, snow in the front yard all year long, I caution you, do not buy a house that sits north facing. All right, guys, we got 2 more cons in my bonus. I don't know if it's a pro or a con. You could look at it as either, but guys, it's the best way to describe Denver, Colorado. If you just watch that part of the video, you're gonna know 80 to 90% of what it's like living in Denver, Colorado. So let's get to it. The 9th con of Denver is, unfortunately, it pains me to say this, but the downtown area. Guys, growing up in Denver, downtown was it. It's where you wanted to be. We had great clubs, we had great nightlife. You've got the Colorado Rockies ballpark right in central Denver. And it just used to be a place where it was a little more lively. The 16th Street Mall was a thing. For whatever reason over the years, it just didn't keep up with the modernization that a lot of people expect and want in their city. Not to mention, when COVID rolled around, you had a ton of office vacancies. The population mass in Denver shrinked. People were moving to suburbs because they didn't want to be stuck in the city. And we saw a big rise in crime and homelessness. And without people, restaurants suffered. So we saw a lot of restaurants move out. Downtown Denver is definitely one of those that needs to be revitalized so that we can get back to those good old days where taking the day and going to downtown Denver is a good, vibrant, fun, energetic time. And we're getting there. Denver knows it's a problem. They're making massive investments, not to mention there's talks and secrets around the Denver Broncos expanding. There's the Rhino District that has absolutely exploded, one of the bright spots of Denver, but it's not central Denver downtown. 16th Street Mall is getting a complete revitalization, and I think we're close. We're not quite there, guys, but Denver is trending in the right direction. And so it falls on the con list, but it's getting better, and it's definitely something you want to keep your eyes on. Guys, the last con, and it's definitely something you want to keep your eyes on. But if you want that city feel, the walkability, the restaurant life, the energy of buzzing culture and community, there are definitely pockets in and around Denver that you want to know about, especially if you're considering moving there. I've got you covered. That's why you want to subscribe to this channel. Not only are we going to do videos like this in the office, but we actually go out, we throw the drone up, we get the camera out, and we're going to walk you around these different places so you can see what is the best fit for you and your family if you're moving out to Denver, Colorado. Or guys, just give us a call. We'll jump on a Zoom call with you, pull up the map, and show you exactly what places are going to fit your lifestyle, and make sure that when you move out here, you have nothing but great things to say about the area you live in, because we built it and created it that way. So again, Zoom links down below if you want to jump on a Zoom call with myself. I've been in the business for 10 plus years because I am your Colorado relocation guy. Not only are we great at real estate, but we're great at matching you with the perfect area. So feel free to reach out. Guys, as I promised, weather also falls on the con list. As amazing as weather is, there are times in Colorado where you get the weather swings that you just can't expect. What do I mean by that? Well, it's that early springtime, it's that fall time where you see 70s or 80 for the forecast, but it's 40 degrees in the morning and it's 40 degrees at night, where you're packing a jacket, and if you don't, you are going to be absolutely freezing, and vice versa. You might walk out, it's absolutely amazing, it's sunny, it's warm, you don't need a jacket, you haven't needed a jacket for months, and all of a sudden 3, 4, 5 o'clock hits and it is chilly. You've got goosebumps, you wish you brought a jacket. And so it's one of those climates where, as great as the weather is, always bring a jacket. Always bring sunscreen, because those cloudy days, it doesn't feel that warm, and then all of a sudden you're coming back home looking like a red lobster because you're burnt to a crisp. And so that is the only con I have about weather, is that you can't predict it in the way that it could be really cold in the morning and really hot at the afternoon. And so again, always bring sunscreen, always bring a coat. And guys, now is the time we've all been waiting for. We've talked about the pros, we've talked about the cons, and while there is definitely more to add to the list, we're gonna summarize everything by telling you this quote that I read recently, which is, Denver does everything well, but nothing perfect. And guys, that really rings true. There are definitely cities that do things better than Denver. Absolutely. I don't think Denver does one thing better than anyone else, but we do most things better than everything else. Guys, you've got the mountains, but they're not right in Denver. You've got to drive a little bit. We've got traffic. It's absolutely not worse than a lot of metros, but it's there. Like, you've got traffic. And so guys, Denver, Colorado, and when you live here, it's one of those solid B rating states. I personally think it's an A, but when we look at the overall ratings of everything, we're really good at a lot of things, but we're not great at any. I think that's a fair synopsis of Denver. You have your pockets, you have your little special areas that only the locals would know. And by locals, I mean when you move here and when you get settled in, you'll find your spots where it's perfect. You rate it an A, but in general, guys, it's a real solid B. I think the only A I would give it is our sports teams. You just can't beat Denver sports. But most everything else, you know, the mountains, we have amazing mountains. You would rate that an A, but yes, you also have a lot of tourists and traffic. And, you know, unless you're going to specific spots, again, only locals know, and you find out about by just being here. In general, it's absolutely amazing, but it has its downsides as well. And you could say that is like every city, but I would disagree. I think a lot of cities have their one or two things that are just absolutely amazing, and then they kind of just fall to the wayside with everything else. Not Denver, guys. We do a lot well, but nothing perfect. And with that, guys, it rounds out our pros and cons video of Denver. We're absolutely going to do more of these, but I thought we covered the bases here. If you guys are coming to Colorado, it's an absolute stunning place to live. I don't think you'll regret it. And if you guys need help locating the perfect areas for you so that you guys can settle in and feel right at home, reach out to us at the links below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, show some support and love. And guys, we're gonna catch you on the next one. Cheers.